Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations, where we flow freely, speak boldly, and connect colorfully. I am you, Keisha, and this is
Takesha.
And welcome to our girl chat. Because it's about to be a girl chat for real today. Because I got a lot to say over the last week.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Listen, let me just do a disclaimer right now because we've talked about any and everything on our podcast, everything under the sun. This topic seems to be, we've talked about this before, but it seems to be more controversial now. And I want to talk about Meg and Klay. It ain't got to be a long time, but I want to know your thoughts on that because we've discussed infidelity before in a relationship, and I want to know your thoughts on it, and I want to tell you mine, and then I want to get into what we see happening in the world.
So when you look, this how I be. When you say my thoughts, like the are you saying like the pattern on how they were dating, and then we get to the point of he doesn't want to be monogamous?
Yeah, well, I know you're a Meg fan. I know you like her. I know you know more about her than I do. And I want to know your thoughts based on how. I don't believe that it was a brand new relationship. Let me just say that. I believe that it was already ongoing before it was brought to the public. A lot of people say it moved fast, but in my mind, and I could be completely
You mean
wrong,
him and her?
Him and her.
Okay.
I don't believe that it was brand new where it was just like we found out and it was just starting. I believe that it had probably been going on for probably close to a year before we found out. So now I want to know what you think.
I definitely agree with that. I think about that with like people who are in the spotlight in general. Mm-hmm. Like at some point you probably come to a consensus like,
yeah,
we gon' put it out there, and you don't know the behind the scenes. I did see her post on her story. I guess I feel like this. Meg is a lover girl.
She is. She is.
Lovers girls don't win.
They don't. You're a lover girl.
I used to be with one person.
True.
And I didn't win. And it reminded me that I needed to go back to who I was before.
So when you say,
and when I say lover girl, I mean that girl who is, because I don't think it's wrong with catering or doing nice things, but I think that you have to only do so much. You see what I'm saying? Like maybe you might not should have laid it all out for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. I can cook you a meal and I can bring it to you, but maybe I'm not going to be in charge of Thanksgiving dinner for your whole family, and this isn't solidified. Because I'm not saying not to do anything, but I think I today talked about scales and how it's a balance like this and that. I think everything that we do, we need to see how is this going to weigh on that scale.
That makes sense.
If I'm doing this, cooking the dinner, and it's just a normal meal and we kicking it, it may not hit the same as, man, I done been with your family and did a holiday. You know what I'm saying? Because culturally, we put so much into the holidays. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we have to have strict, the word I'm going to use is boundaries, before we just be in consistent lover girl mode. Because it's a two-way street. And certain things is just like we need to discover the basics of things before we go all the way here. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to know what it is. It's a different story if you presented yourself like you wanted to be monogamous and then you came back and like, no, I don't want to do this. But this is like something that I wonder, like, what were their conversations about that?
I have so many different thoughts on this, and I don't know if I've ever been so engrossed
But
in
I think,
some type of breakup like this
not to
before.
cut you off, but what makes me so disgusted is like the comments from people against her and men against her. Like I seen something the other day that like had all of these photos of people that she had been with,
And she was, yeah,
and
the
I'm thinking to
meme,
myself, like,
yeah.
we're not in arranged marriages. So you're going to get out here and date, and the purpose of dating and courting is to really see where this is going to go. So I don't give a if she done had 250 bodies up under her. If you want to be with a person, that's just like what is that one girl that was in Destiny's Child that got married again? Like, this is what she wants.
Latoya.
Yeah, so she like, okay, here we are again. And I don't think that is anything wrong with that. And I get sick of, and you know, I be for my men for real, but I get sick of how the woman is bashed for doing the same thing when, Negro, you can't do what you're doing without us. So why is it okay that you got the 30,000 bodies?
It's like they'll say she's ran through, but I'll be like, have you checked your woman?
Yes.
Because the same amount of men that she done had, I'm sure, you know, that you check your woman. But first of all, Black women are not protected when it comes to that.
No.
I don't see any other culture or race or whatever dogging the women in their race when it comes to something like that, except us.
And that really bothers me because there's no unity with that. It's just like, okay, they broke up and let's like,
and you know, they're like, she brought it to the internet. Everything is brought to the internet, and I'm glad she brought it because I feel like the reviews should be loud. I feel like the reviews now we've covered up, and it's always been, it was amicable, it was this, and you know, she's hurt, and you could feel her hurt through that, and she ain't got no family.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
She ain't got no family.
Like, yeah, she did bring it to the internet. So what? Like you said, we bring everything to the internet now. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a mama and daddy to go to.
She don't have no mama and daddy to go
grandma,
to.
like this is what it is. Like, and I know what it's like to just want to vent and put stuff out there. You know how we talked about before with the grief, when I'm day such and such and I'm just writing it out. I could have not shared that, but sometimes you are looking for that sisterhood
and
to be
supported. I believe that if you haven't lost a parent, specifically your mama, if you have not lost your mother and you go through, and I can relate to her,
that person who raised you, that had your back, like her mother was in it with this.
I went through a breakup situation right after my mother passed, and it was very similar. It wasn't infidelity, but just an inconsiderate, you know, person that don't care. They'll put off a facade like they care. Like, I'm sure she told him her most intimate thoughts and you know, ideas and her feelings about losing her mother, her father, her grandmother, all in a short time span when she was very young, and not having nobody. And you come in and you make her feel like she's welcome in this. And I just feel like it's something else terrible.
That I truly believe I don't think that we should do.
No.
I truly believe that when we get to that, I don't know what words use, comfortable, and we putting it all out, I believe that is sometimes end up where it's messed up and used against us. Not all the time, but I feel like everything that has happened in my life, in my past, that I have gone through, I do not need to lay it out on the table for a man.
I never will again. I absolutely won't. I won't.
I do not need to do that.
I will not, because
especially
they don't care about your grief.
Yeah.
They do not care about your grief. They don't care. They don't care.
It's just certain things that I feel like you give people ammunition to play a role. If I don't tell you nothing that I like,
yeah,
you got to show up authentic as yourself, and I got to find out if I like it.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you, oh, I love this, then you start doing it. I'm thinking you great when really you just doing it
because I said, yeah, that part. I will never ever share. I've shared it with 3 people that I have been, involved with or dated after my mom passed, and nice people, and I'm sure Klay probably nice or whatever, but they don't care, and they will play on that, or they just don't care. And you are the woman, you're more emotional, you're more nurturing, all of that. You carry all that weight of pain on top of the breakup with you when it's over. Like, I told you all this stuff, and I literally told you. And with me, I dealt with infidelity in the marriage, so I feel like I told you how, on top of my mama dead, and now I got to deal with you, playing with me, and my mama ain't here, I ain't got nobody to talk to about it. I will never, because they do not care.
They don't care.
They do not care. And so she's a lover girl because she is craving family.
Yes.
She ain't just she craving a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's craving family. It's everything.
I want to be loved.
And now
there's nothing wrong with that, because that is human nature on how we are designed.
And now I feel like I believe this. If there is women out there who's with a man that is dogging her at this time, that's dogging Meg and talking about her being ran through, you need to take a second look at that man, because the way these men is going on and on, I'm just like outdone at the amount of men that's talking about it like this. And she ran through and I'm like, so
I just really think and this is a transparent moment of the days when I was very promiscuous. It definitely, it's a part of my history, but it definitely does not define or reflect the woman that I am today.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Because my God, I don't even know what the passcode is to get the cookie now. Where before it was hi.
Yeah.
Okay, unlocked. So, but now it's just so.
And they don't talk. They've made that meme about her. I'm concerned for her mental health right now.
Yes, and she struggled with that.
She struggled with her mental health. It drove her to drinking a lot. And it's almost like y'all want her to die. It's almost like y'all want her, and then y'all will be saying what? Because you're driving her to a place where she don't have the support that she needs. I don't care if you got the money. She want real love in her life, and for her to be dogged in this way and created a meme with all these dudes, and I'm like, y'all got a lot of nerves. Y'all got a lot of nerves, and I pray that she don't see it, or that she keeps herself just hidden away from this and heal completely and have an awakening to the point where it's like, you know what? I don't need anybody. I don't need no man. I'm just, kind of like him and you are like, well, you don't need one. You like, I want one. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't need one or want one. I don't have no feeling for anybody at all. I want her to just become whole in herself. And they'll say, look at the music she made. Okay, it's music. You gonna hold Jay-Z to the standard of the music he's made all these years. All these years he's made. Or y'all looking at him like, yeah, he the man because he's a billionaire or because he's a man. It's not fair. It's never going to be fair. Y'all not putting the white women that have a whole roster of people on a meme, because they'll probably sue you, but y'all going to be quiet because y'all really want them. Y'all going to dog the black woman, but it's just
we are definitely not protected.
We ain't protected. We're not protected. The week before this happened, it was like 6 black women that were killed by their boyfriends or husbands. And I can't name all their names, but every time I read the story, I was like, this made me feel like if I do go out with you, is you going to try and strangle me?
Right.
You going to try and kill me?
Right.
Like, y'all so don't have no emotional regulation. It's just ridiculous. I can't believe it. I'm like, I'm just sad for her.
I am sad.
I ain't even sad about the breakup. I'm sad about like the whole deeper part of it, as far as her being a lover girl is wanting love, period, not just you know, a man.
And it's just like now, you know, she got to go through and rebuild through this
all over again. But she gonna do it.
Oh, she definitely is. And that album gonna be fire.
Yeah, she gonna do it. And girl, you know, I don't even play music like that. I've been playing her this week just because I'm like, let me just support her. She don't know me, but let me just. And when I was listening to me, I was laughing because I was listening to the Plan B song.
Oh yes.
And I think that was after a breakup too. And I was like, this is hilarious because she's talented. She has a degree. She's well educated. She is a nerdy girl. She loves animals, particularly dogs, which says something about
and she
her.
Watch anime.
She watch anime. You know, it's just, you know, y'all want her to be this whatever, and she's really not that. She's really not. And I'm praying for her. And you know, she'll probably never see this. I wish, girl, she hung out with us.
I mean, she my bestie in my head.
It'll be like, because shoot, the people that I know that I try and help and be like, you know, he's no good for you. You know that he is, you know, and I've been told you're just saying that because you don't want, and I'm okay.
I just wonder though, because I mean, we've all been blindsided. You know, I just wonder if there were any
signs.
Yes, that she completely just kind of, you know, ignored or looked over.
In her thing that she put in the stories, this is the one thing where that stood out to me more than the cheating. And other women have said this when she said she dealt with his basically his bad attitudes or his bad behavior during the season when he wasn't doing well in basketball. So
that is coming back to me now.
He treated her, you know, badly, and she stuck with him through that. That was her sign to get out. If he cannot handle his emotions over a job, because that's what that is, over a job, and you got to take it out on your woman or your man, you know, then that's your sign to get out.
Yes, this is not a safe space for me.
This ain't a safe space. Yeah,
I have a friend of mine that was dating a guy, and in dating the guy, my friend doesn't have any kids. The guy has a son. So, and in dating, there was a situation where, let's say he was taking the son home or whatever it was, and the mom flipped out like, I can't believe you brought her here. I'm going to call the police. Like, it was a real big thing. And after that, she stopped talking to him. Mm-hmm. And her exact words were, I did not feel protected. Mm-hmm. Granted, he was like, calm down and do all of this, but she was just like, we've been in a relationship for quite some time. The fact that it even was this big of a blow up, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe that is something that we need to recognize early on, not make excuses, and move on. Yeah. Even in a personal story with someone I know a little bit closer to me was just like, oh, he's mean. I said, well, does it scare you? Mm-hmm. And she said, no, it doesn't scare me, but it's just like, it happens like that. And I said, you need to ask yourself if this is something that you can deal with, because this is a core character of his. Mm-hmm. Do I think we change and evolve and all of that? Yes. But when a person is like this and you see it, you need to believe that right then. You need
to believe it right there. But you know what's funny about going back to what you said about the girl, the baby mama blew up? People who don't have good sense enjoy that drama and stays because they feel like I'm going to win. They think that he's worth that fight. That instead of looking at it like, you don't have this situation under control, this is not a good safe space for me, let me go. They will get into the mix and say, you know, beat this, you arguing, and then that becomes that lets you know that none of y'all have it together at all. I would definitely walk away from any of that. Yeah.
I dated a guy and we were at his mom's house and his baby mama came over and knocked on the door and asked me by name if she could have intercourse with him.
Wait, what? At his mother's house?
Yeah.
She knew your name?
Yes. She knew who I was.
And they let her in the house?
I went to the door. No, I went to the door. I'm like, somebody at the door, so I just went to the door. And she said, Takesha, can I have sex with?
And what did you say?
I looked at her and I was like, I called his name and said, she here, she want to have sex with you.
That sounds just like you. And wasn't no blow up?
Mm-mm.
He straightened the situation out.
Yep, and she ended up, and this is how you know, like, where my marbles be. I knew she was intoxicated and she was leaving. Why did I even offer, like, do you need me to take you home? Because I'm like, this girl is drunk, walking out here, it's late, like, what is going on? But at that point, I was like, she felt comfortable enough to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's something going on.
Yeah, it's something that's not finished here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need to get up out of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. And the good thing about that is she was okay with being a side piece in y'all's situation.
Yes.
And a lot of women are okay with being the side girl in the situations. And I just don't understand that. I don't get it. Maybe I don't get it now in my mature age. It's funny when I was younger, and immature. It was like you laughed that stuff off, and you still was friends with people that was okay with that. Now I can't even be like real for real friends with somebody like that.
I was saying like I just think back to like the whole winning thing because I'm like, I probably was the 10-year side chick, and when I look back, it was just like we all thought, we talked about this before, like I was so in love and that was the end all be all, but I was just like, I really think at the core, I was trying to win.
Yeah, you was trying
where it was more, where it becomes more of
a competition.
Because at the core, if we are really grounded and love ourselves, do we really want the man that's then let us know that he got somebody else blatant in our face? Like, do I really want you to be it? And this is what it is. I'm not saying in all circumstances. Alexa, turn it off.
Alexa, turn the music off. This is so weird.
I'm not saying in all circumstances, and I don't want to be like I'm all for it, the cheating and stuff like that. But I feel like there's in my particular situation, you have proposed and asked this girl to marry you. What you told me the next morning after you stayed the night at my house. Like, I just don't want you to hear this from nobody else. So it was like, because sometimes people cheat because they're unhappy, and not saying that that's right, but it's something in that relationship. You really just playing with me. You really legit leading me on. And because I'm so loop-de-loo and not really grounded and focused on loving myself first, I'm staying in this for all different kind of reasons. Because we all know ain't no ping that good.
I actually feel sad for side chicks that I know. I feel and especially the ones that feel like they won. I feel very sad for them because, especially at this age where we're at now, we all grown people. Because you got to know deep down that your person still ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to know deep down that your person is still.
She meant that because I don't think you should have said a bad word on the podcast.
I never said it. I've
Woo!
never.
Woo!
And I never really don't even cuss for real.
Yeah.
But I had to say that because
you felt that.
Yeah, they're not. Especially if you caught him in a situation after you have won, and you decide to stay. You really think you got a good person? Do you really think that person loves you? That person values you? I just can't see it. I just feel sad for them because it has to be an insecurity somewhere within yourself.
It definitely is. It definitely is. It's something within yourself because I know at that point, that girl who I was just was like, I was searching for that love that I missed somewhere, you know what I'm saying, along the line, because it ain't like it was just something that I missed where I didn't love myself enough. Because I even think back to my lover girl moment, like we started kicking it and you in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And whatever happened, it may fizzle, but it was never like we were. Mm-hmm. And you were still out here on to the next. Mm-hmm. Like it was a legit cycle.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I will always say is he never lied to me about it. Mm. I knew who he was all along.
That's a big deal, Tamika, because I've said that. I'm like, tell me who you are in the beginning and give me the opportunity to choose if I want to be involved in this.
Yes.
And my choice have been taken away multiple times. Like, you know, because you are afraid that I'm going to walk away and not want to be a part of this, which I'm probably going to walk away.
But you want to play with my feelings and suck me in. And then now, you know, it's bigger than just you. That's some selfish activity. It's bigger than just you because now I got to work through this.
And then you give yourself bad karma because,
oh yeah,
I'm not to be played with like that.
You cannot play with yeah. You can.
You know what I'm saying? And when I say bad karma, it's not like it's outwardly going to be like, you know, oh, your life is going to, you'll never be happy until you first forgive yourself. Then, you know, make this.
It's like you'll always be searching for something. There's a void. When I think about the karma thing, when, you know, good people go through things, I believe that there's like a void. I don't necessarily think like
something bad.
Oh, your cargo, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like an internal void thing that you're going to struggle with because of how you did someone who was kind.
Exactly. And then not only that, because in my infidelity situation, when I think about Meg, I'm not a celebrity, but my name was ran through the mud. There was like probably to this day,
and as far as I'm concerned,
I did something to you.
Not to cut you off, but I feel like it's still equal. Mm-hmm. It's just yours ain't over the whole nation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But it's still equal at the core of
my mama was sick, was going through recovering from a stroke. I was helping take care of her. There was no empathy towards that. It was just like, you're terrible. And I was just always trying to fight back and prove I'm not terrible. And at the same time, take care of my mom. And then when it's proven that, oh, I'm not the terrible one, you actually are the terrible one because what you accuse me of, you're the one who's been doing it. Like, this is the shock. Like, dude, what? And then after, you know, like, just like with Meg and these men trying to run these memes of her, you running, you know, different stories and plays. And then
I'm going to bring something up that's kind of a touchy subject. And I don't know how in depth we're going to go, but it just makes me think about how they did that with Meg in those men. I still can't even believe I see it because I be missing so much.
Yeah.
And it's just like, she don't have no kids.
Mm-mm.
She did what all girls out here is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this particular celebrity that I'm a huge fan of that is ran through
with
a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah. And nobody made a meme about her. And are you talking about the sex tape?
No, the celebrity that's ran through with a whole bunch of kids from the male perspective on how we do the female versus the male.
Okay.
So when I think, I said the celebrity I love. So when I think of Future, and if he had his meme with all of these, because he got babies, like proof of this, concrete. But it's just like, oh, you the GOAT, the toxic king, like it's hyped up. Not saying that everybody does, because the women come for him.
They do. It ain't been like this though.
It ain't nothing like this.
It ain't been like this.
And that's
they may make a comment here or there, but it ain't been nothing like this.
And I'm just like, I'm so confused on when I think about the both of them, who I don't know and love dearly. Why does he get the pass and she don't? I know why I give him the pass, because I don't care about none of that, sorry. None of it. But I'm just saying.
That's sad though.
It is. Like, this is the world that we live in.
And then to know that you're eventually going to be in another relationship.
Yes, and you know what I hate? I hate all of this bashing stuff too, but it really makes me mad when it's that black man or that man bashing a woman.
Yeah. Because
it just hurt my feelings.
And it does hurt my feelings, because it's one guy that an influencer that I follow, and I think he's very talented, and I didn't expect it from him. And he's in a relationship, engaged, and he has been like dogging her. And I'm like, I wonder how your fiance feeling like about this. Like, is she in agreement with you, or, and the same things that you dogging Meg about, your girl do the same thing. Like, she out here exposing herself, and you celebrate it. But why are you dogging this? It's just, it's confusing to me, and it's sad. It's really sad. It's like when they say you meet somebody and you want to know, their political thoughts. I want to know, what do you think about Meg Thee Stallion? That's my next question. Who you vote for, and what do you think about Meg Thee Stallion? But listen, Meg Thee Stallion and Beyonce, because men who be dogging them women, just I don't know what it is. I just don't like her. I'm like, what? There is no male celebrity that I think of like that. That I just be like, I don't know what it is. I just can't stand him. I don't have anybody.
Yeah.
No. So when I meet somebody that says, I don't know, I just can't stand her. Like, did she do something to you?
Right.
Like,
it may be somewhere I don't care for their acting. That's different.
Yeah.
But like, to come off like I know you as a person, and it's wild behavior.
And that's
how people are. It's like wild behavior.
It's very wild to me. It's very wild. It's just ridiculously wild to me how the men are coming off like. What do you think about the women though that's talking about her? What do you think about them?
I don't like, that's disgusting too.
Yeah. Like, are y'all like pick-me's? Are y'all male-centered?
And again, I don't think that women, or I shouldn't say women, I don't really think people really thought like how we did, with like, she brought it to the internet because that's all she got. And number one, I shouldn't say number one, but this is the other thing though, when you're in a public eye, we already know it's going to be the whispers, and the people are going to be willing to know. Listen, and all of that. That's just
Takesha. I'm going to tell you this because I like celebrity news and stuff. Before any of this happened, I am one of those people. I saw that she was on Broadway, and I was like, dang, I don't see like any pictures of her and Klay at her show or anything. I was like, I wonder if they still together. It literally crossed my mind. And within days later, this happened. I was like, I just thought about them. Literally just thought about them. It happens all the time. I had literally just thought about them and saw her. I went and looked at a couple of her pictures. I was like, oh, she's doing really good. And, you know, it was them all the time at first. And then I didn't see him there supporting, or she was always at his games.
And that's something else. That's what I'm saying with that lover girl. Like, we show up. And when I say lover girl, because I mean, low key, I didn't say I wasn't, but I'm still a lover girl. Future husband, I'm a lover girl. But I think about what I'm never in my life again putting anybody, my son included, before myself.
Amen. Me either. I agree.
I'm never doing that. And I've done that my entire life.
Same.
It took me to literally this year, 50, to realize, you know what? No. And when I look back on all of the lessons and things that happened and the people who I've loved dearly that God had to remove out of my life for me to see, like, nah, sis, it's me, then it's you, and it's everybody else. So if I wipe everybody else out and it's just me and you need to be cool with that.
I just told my daughter this. Did I tell you that? I just told her this because it was a situation recently where, you know, she always feel like she has to be obligated to do or be there for other people who haven't particularly always been there for her. And I told her, I said, let me tell you something right now. I said, from this day forward, I need you to start choosing yourself, even if it has to be, do you choose me as your mother or yourself? I said, if the situation is like where you need to choose yourself, I'm okay with you choosing yourself. Don't feel like you have to please me. Choose yourself in a situation if it's going to better your mental health and everything. I don't want you to feel, you know, some type of bondage because you feel like you owe me anything.
Yes, that. Don't feel like you owe, or don't feel like you're doing this and it's going to be reciprocated.
Exactly. Because most time it's not.
Most time it's not. And a lot of times in relationships, and I mean relationships like
everything, family, friends.
Yes.
It's not.
Because I can imagine just thinking about like personal experience on how we'll not do something or shift something around for the guy. But they won't do none of that. I remember a simple task, like I'm kicking it with somebody who ain't even got no car. So I'm leaving my house that I don't even never need to leave because I work in this mud to come get you, pick you up, bring you back. I'm cooking. And then you point out something to me that's wrong in my house and you say you need to clean this window.
Yeah.
You noticed it? Yeah. And this ain't something that you could have just took care of for me?
Yeah.
So it's just like those things. I'm telling you, life has taught me to pay attention to everything.
I pay attention to every single thing. And I did not pay attention like
and you know what else I do? I pay attention to how my body feels as well. Because sometimes your body will let you know before you even realize what's going on.
It will. Most time they'll let you know. Your body, they be thinking that you have a butterfly over a dude, and really your body is rejecting.
Your body is rejecting. Like it ain't always the cartwheel like this is it. It's the like, hold on, you need to start tuning in. Is he doing this because you taught him to do this? And I definitely believe we teach people how to treat us. But I believe that when we say that it's kindness for kindness, not I'm teaching you what I like and what works for me, and then you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in all my friendships. My friends pretty much know me. So it's just like, okay, I know that she like this, and it's that and there. It comes from a genuine place, not like I'm doing this, so she gonna do 50, 11 more things for me.
Absolutely. That part. Yeah. There's no tit for tat
Yes.
with me and my real friendships or that I have.
Yes.
Well, I only have real friendships. Not everybody else gone. But there's no tit for tat or anything like that. And I'm not gonna play tit for tat in a relationship with a man.
I'm not doing that.
I have overextended myself and I just can't. I can't do it anymore. And they probably feel like they overextended themselves. And if you feel that way, good for you. But I'm not performing anymore. I'm not overextending. It's going to be the easiest, breeziest relationship when I get one again, if I get one.
It's going to be the same for me because I am going to be genuinely myself. And you're going to have to like me in this raw form.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to be doing anything extra.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know he likes this, so let me do this. Not saying that I won't do anything, but a lot of times we unconsciously are doing those things.
Yeah.
So we can look at like we're the reward and be chosen.
And I don't need to be chosen. I'm already chosen by someone. I don't need to be chosen by a man. So by an earthly man.
Okay, period.
Just saying, I don't have to. When I didn't know myself, I performed, so I can be called the good girlfriend or the good wife. And even when I performed for the good wife, it still was like, you ain't a good wife. So it was like, you know what? When it came down to it, I was glad to be gone because I was like, oh, I'm free now. I can be free to just learn and what I really enjoy. And what I really enjoyed, I never did. Because, men don't change their routines. No. Whatever they want to do, they're going to do. If they want to go, kick with their boys, they're going to go kick with their boys. If they want to go play a sport or if they want to go do this and that, they're going to do it. And you are going to have to figure out, is it okay with him if I do this? I'm not doing that no more.
And I definitely believe that healthy relationships, you don't have to do that.
And there is some healthy relationships out here.
I just want to note that I definitely believe that there are healthy relationships.
I have a friend and a client who I have known since I was probably about 15 years old, 14 or 15, and she has been with her husband since we were that age. They met when we were teenagers and they've been married all those years. And I recently told her, I said, let me tell you something. I said, I believe you got a good husband. And I was like, I don't say it to everybody. I said, but in all these years of me, he ain't never gave the inclination of flirting behind her back or in her face or whatever. I said, I've never heard anybody say anything about this man ever. And we've been knowing him for over 30 years. I was like, you could generally tell they have a friendship. They got children and, and she said, oh, girl, it ain't perfect, but we figure out, we make it work. And I was like, and I told her, I said, but that gives me encouragement that there is some good men out here. And I said, I believe you have a good husband because I can see y'all work together. In all the years I've known him, he's never been this, flirtatious, laugh, get too close to you, hug. You know how some people get. He's never been that. I said he genuinely seems like he likes you, not even love you. He genuinely seems like he likes his wife.
And that's what I want. Like, I want somebody to like me. Like, we cool.
Yeah.
Bro, let's hang out. Like,
why is that so hard?
That's what I want. Like, that's because if you're not my friend,
yeah,
what are we even doing? You need to be my friend. And then we need to see about these core values, while we're building this friendship.
Yeah. We've always rushed stuff. Always rushed it. So it's always been. And
I know some things that have been rushed and it worked out just fine. But I think also what comes with wisdom is not necessarily the amount of time, it's how you use that time. Are you using that time? Because I remember talking to a guy and we would be on the phone for like 4 hours. And this ain't like high school stuff. This is like later in life. And we were just asking all different kind of questions and everything. Like, since we just putting it all out here today, it's just like I had never in my life had a guy ever ask me if I had had a threesome before.
He asked you
But
that?
he asked me that because it was just certain things that he was just like, he really wanted to know how I get down. So, and I respected that because I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Because these are things that if it's going to matter to you, we need to understand and get this out now. Because when it come out later in life and you like, oh,
that makes sense. Nobody be asking questions.
Nobody asks questions. What you want to eat?
Where you work, what you do.
Yeah.
You enjoy this?
Yes.
Let's go do this.
Yes.
And you think you having fun.
And you building and you hanging out and enjoying, but you're not getting to that, the character. The character is what matters.
And the character can be fake for so long.
It can be fake for so long.
Can be fake for so long.
You really got to. That's why I say pay attention to everything. You got to pay attention to everything. You got to see how they move, what they talking about, the people who are around them, how they talking, all of that. And that character thing, that's why body language and all of that like matters.
Yeah.
And even your internal, like how we was talking about that, all that matters. And I think again, like that's why it's just like we need to ask questions. And I don't need to just be the one giving you and telling you so you don't reciprocate and say exactly what I'm saying back to me.
That part. Because that's most time what be happening. Girl, I'm just not
and
about...
It's just like, oh my God. Like,
I'm just not about wasting my time anymore. I enjoy my life so much now. Like, it's almost to the point where...
I have never, ever wanted to pause an episode, but I'm about to explode. I have to pause. We have to stop.
Why?
I'll be right back.
we ain't never did that. I think we paused it before for something, but what did we pause it for?
I don't remember us doing that before.
It was early on, though. I can't remember.
I can't remember, but I was just like, man, this leg about to shake off. I can't.
That's because you're drinking so much water now.
It is.
That's good, though. That's very good. We supposed to be drinking what? How many bottles of water are you drinking?
I don't know. I just be drinking it because in my mind, I think that I'm hungry and I want sugar because it's not even like I want food.
You haven't been eating candy?
Not like for real. I've been trying to keep it minimum. I ain't saying I ain't eating it, but not all day. So every time, like I'm drinking more water to try and
supplement
that urge. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably what I need to be doing then. Baby.
And I also heard that if you have more of a protein intake each day, that helps with that craving too.
Oh.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yep. I heard that on the news the other day, and then someone mentioned it to me. That's why I be saying it'd be funny how stuff go. And she's been trying it, and it's been working. She suggested it for me, but I'm like, what's protein? I don't even know what that is. I gotta Google it.
Meat, salmon, chicken.
Yeah, and see, no, I'm just my water gonna have to be my protein.
But that's good though. Hey, maybe it was time for us to stop talking about that.
Maybe.
You know, we take everything as a sign. Like maybe it was time for us to stop talking about that because it was like I think they get the point of what y'all said.
Yes, like take your time, get to know a person.
Your time, don't you rush.
When something is happening that you don't like, do not sweep that under the rug like it's making you be the good girl. Pick me, because I was there for you.
And if you've been cheated on, you're okay, if you're open, I was about to say, I didn't want to say okay, if you're open to leaving a comment to say, you know, what you feel about this, whether it's a positive or negative comment, if you agree or disagree, feel free to share that. You know, I assume that men probably wouldn't, agree with a lot of what we're saying. And I'm only saying that because, it probably comes off as negative against them. And I never want to come off as negative. I just give from my experience. You can only give from your experience. So if you have a different experience, because women are the same, it's some women out there that are the same as what we, say about men.
Mm-hmm.
So I only give from my experience. So, if you are a person that's been cheated on, or you dealt with grief in a relationship, anything that we've talked about, feel free to leave a comment, because that will be interesting to see how somebody else have dealt with that. Because I know I think it was 2 weeks after my mom passed, I ended a relationship. And I ain't looked back. I think that person, only person I've ever blocked, deleted, don't want to see, don't want to hear from. Every other ex, I still, hey,
cordial. Mm-hmm.
I'm still cordial. But that person, and I know it's because of how he was during that time. The insensitive part, the very narcissistic. It was coming out more and more and more, like, and I just know that I will never double back on that.
I just wish that I truly understood how I felt about cheating.
You don't think you feel
because I don't really know how I feel about it. Not that I'm like, yay, go out there, but I'm like, I think
you have to be in that situation to see exactly what it.
I think I will have to definitely be in that, because I can say like, yeah, I might still be, but I think I would definitely have to really be in that situation. Don't forget what you're gonna say, because I think too that I say that because I wonder, like, what is the reason? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think sometimes people put too much on sex, like it equal, like you love her. Was it just like, damn, you didn't respect me enough and you just took what was being thrown at you? Like, how would I really feel when I was in that, if I'm in that situation? Would I really be like, I was just that girl, and me like, oh, it ain't,
You was around when I got cheated on, and when I think back to that, I think initially the people around me probably thought that I was really upset about the cheating part. And in my healed person that I am now, I don't even think that's the part that really upset me. I think it was the part of me, it being confirmed that you are the biggest liar.
and I guess that's where I'm like, when I think about cheating, where it's just like, there's things that's leading up.
Yeah, I think that
to this, where it's just like, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be hung up on you going out or talking to somebody, but I'm more hung up on how are you interacting with me?
Yeah,
and why weren't you just honest? Because it's a lie.
Yeah, I think it was more so you are the biggest liar, and because I was accused for so long of doing something that you are actually the person that you accused me of being. I think that is where my anger came from more than anything, because when I got down to the nitty-gritty of it, I wasn't really mad about that, because I was like, thank you.
Yeah, because that's why when I talk about it, I'm like, I wonder, because I'm just like, first of all, Keisha, I'm going to stand on this. I don't want nobody that don't want me.
That part, yeah.
My days of just wanting somebody just because I wanted to win, or felt insecure, or whatever the reasons were, do not exist. Yeah. So I'm not staying in a situation when it comes back, I'm not wanted. And if you're lying to me and doing all of these things, I guess when I think about cheating in my brain, it's just like, it's so much shit that happened before we even got to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have been left
Mm-hmm.
before it even got to this.
Yeah, that part. That's the part.
So that's why I wonder if I were ever in that situation, and I pray that I'm never put in that situation. That it's just like, how did I even get here? Because what was I not paying attention to?
Your story that you told about the girl coming to ask you kind of reflects on how you probably would react.
I literally call his name from the other room, like, hey.
That's probably how you would react, but because you probably. I don't think at this point anything will surprise either one of us. But you probably will react, and then it will probably be like, let me process if I want to stay in this. You'll probably, give it some thought. Do you want to stay in this? Me, I knew I wanted to be out of it because I was like, you just freed me. Thank you. Because everybody who cheat, are they not a good person, or are they just, it's just something that happened? If you just not a good person, then, you don't want to be with that person.
Yes. And as the product of unfaithfulness, which is probably another reason, because I truly believe that my mother wholeheartedly loved my father.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at that point in her life, this 40-year-old woman, who not and became a grandma before, time, who was married at 18, had a baby right after, where it was just like she wanted to have some different life experiences. And because my dad...
But don't you think that she was influenced in that way too?
I don't know if she was necessarily... I don't truly believe she was necessarily influenced. Okay. I believe that my dad was just... he was 11 years older. His lifestyle was different. The things that he wanted to do was different. And I think that he had just calmed down from that type of atmosphere. So when you are struggling with something and you remove yourself from it, you typically don't try and get back in those. And I think that that's where my dad was when my mom was probably still like, let's go. I want to hang out. I want to do this. I want to travel. And my dad ain't never been that kind of person in general. So I think that just persuaded her, and it was someone she worked with. So we'd be having them work friends. It was someone she worked with, and it was someone who was a millionaire. So she was not only getting that attention, but she was being courted in a whole different way, because she was already taken care of by my dad. But we didn't went from, oh, I'm buying you a brand new car, to I'm taking you on the yacht.
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay. And then I think about that age and the mentality. Like, she was this country girl that moved up here. So things come with wisdom. Things come with wisdom. So I truly believe, like, I honestly think that if my mom was alive now, and after she had got sick and worked through everything with the stroke, if she was still here, I think that it might be a possibility that her and my dad would have rekindled.
I could see that.
Because they became cordial and were friends and worked on it and understood. And they were in different stages of their life, which was more parallel later in life. Because, I mean, my mama had 3 grandkids, but she was only that grandma to one of them. Where my dad was that grandfather from the very beginning. So it's just like that scale. Like, are we balanced, or is it this? But I don't think it was I don't want your daddy, I hate your daddy. I just think that she got caught up, and not saying that it's right.
But
so that's why I wonder if it's like the immaturity thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I definitely
and I'm
that,
hoping that in the case where you realize that that person is immature, that you don't go that way. But I'm gonna also say this, and even though we said we weren't gonna talk about it, and I believe we possibly could be coming on a close since I had to, take a break. When you are dating someone, we just dating. I'm getting to know you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I be mad? Can I be in my feelings about what you're doing?
You said that before. I could be mad. I could be mad if you're not honest. You have to be honest in your dating.
So is this something, and this is when I say people really need to communicate, because we're perfect examples of, as friends, how we process things differently. So just imagine this new person you dated. Because my thing is, if I'm kicking it with you, do I have to tell you off the back that I'm kicking it with somebody else?
In today's,
Because is it your business?
In today's time and the way people kill, and yes, absolutely. I believe. Now you may be like, it ain't your business what I'm doing because we just dated. But I believe that if you go out every now and then maybe not. But if this is somebody that you date consistently and you're probably in your mind thinking, I'm the only person you date consistently, but that's not what's happening, then you absolutely should. Like, if you go out with them at least once every week.
Yeah, so I feel like if I have these two men that I'm courting, and it gets to the point where it's like a lot or whatever, then okay, I get that. But if I just meet you and we talking and I'm talking to somebody else and I don't even know if I like neither one of y'all,
then no.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't know if this is something that I would officially disclose.
But if you start to
see, I definitely feel like if we seeing each other and this is what it is, and you still talking to this person, you need to disclose that.
You need to disclose that. If you feel like I dated somebody that really liked me and I liked him. Okay. The reason we ended was because he wanted to make sure that I was the one, and he was seeing other people but didn't tell me. And I was like, well, I'll give them you because you should have told me, because give me the opportunity to do the same thing you do. That's all I ask. I feel like we both should know. So if you don't give them the opportunity, at some point, if you just meet them, okay, no. But at some point, if you go past date number 3, y'all dating.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if I feel this connection, I need to ask you that from the beginning. And then I need to decide how I want to proceed. Because it's like, am I going to keep talking to you to see if you pick me? Or am I going to be like, deuces, I'm out the race?
What I want for all of my girls, women that watch this, women in my circle, women around me, women that's connected to women I know, is to just not don't be a pick me. Take your time. I want them to. And I don't know how to say this, but the same way Meg they look at as promiscuous or whatever. I want us to realize, like, of course, sex to some people ain't nothing. It's like whatever, but it's a transferring of spirits, and I feel like when you just going and going and going and going, it's detrimental to not just your health but just your mindset. And I want the women to like completely heal, be comfortable by yourself, get to know yourself, get to be happy by yourself.
I definitely agree. And I'm coming from a place of, like I said, being promiscuous before. I think that, and I did it in just could be like, I ain't never talking to him again, and it would not be no big deal to me. But
he was the man.
Yes. But what I realized is what I was doing to my body.
Yes, that part.
And it's just like, you know what? That is the wrong vice to have.
Mm-hmm.
Not that any vices are good,
Mm-hmm.
but when you are doing that, that's, in my opinion, that's the absolute worst vice. That I'm just doing that to cope, like, oh, let me test it out. Let me see if I want to keep talking him up. That, like, no. Because at the core, when you meet somebody, in my head, I meet you, I get to know you, and it's just that. It's just wonderful on a soul level. I don't need to test the waters with you. Because I know when we get to that point, it's going to be fireworks and then it's going to be an explosion because we love each other already. So it ain't going to, we just going to be wanting to do, we going to want to make love because we are already in love. That's why it's called making love. Like, you got to make it. But you need the ingredients to get there. You just, you know what I'm saying?
That's
just
good.
Start
I
there.
love that. Yeah, that's good. I love that. Absolutely. That's good.
Like, geez, oh, Pete.
Hey, man, it's.
That's all I got.
Hey, I think we stayed on the same topic today, probably for the whole time. We don't never do that.
We don't never do that.
But it's a very much needed conversation. It's a very much needed conversation because we human beings and we desire love and touch and all of that, but we want the right love and the right touch, and hey, tell us what y'all think. Tell us what y'all think. Tell us what y'all know. Tell us your experience if you want, if you're comfortable with it. Like I said, this is not a I hate a man train because we not that.
I love them.
This fool. I love them too. Hey, I loved them for years. I'm just on pause with them right now. But I'll be back to y'all.
That's funny.
Hey, we want y'all to like, listen, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Hey, tag Meg the Stallion. Let her know she got some sisters that's rooting for her, that's praying for her, that, hey, we praying for her mental health. We praying for her her mindset, her heart. Hopefully she begins to learn how to guard her heart because a lot of us don't know what that means truly. So praying that she guards her heart, praying that everybody guard your heart, men, women alike, guard your heart so you can make the right decisions for yourself. You got anything else, friend?
Well, that was wonderful.
We'll see y'all next week.
Deuces.